Department of Computer Science 3, CSCASAE 5C November 2015. Section A. What is PCI? Peripheral Component Interconnect is often called PCI, or conventional PCI to differentiate from its successor PCI Express. PCI is a local computer bus for attaching hardware devices in a computer and is part of the PCI local bus standard. What is system bus? The system bus is a parallel collection of conductors that carry data and control signals from one component to the other. There are three major system bus types that can be identified based on the type of information they carry. These include the address bus, data bus, and control bus. What is the use of DRAM? Dynamic Random Access Memory, DRAM, is a type of semiconductor memory that is typically used for the data or program code needed by a computer processor to function. RAM is located close to a computer's processor and enables faster access to data than storage media such as hard disk drives and solid-state drives. What is rotational latency? Rotational latency, sometimes called rotational delay or just latency, is the delay waiting for the rotation of the disk to bring the required disk sector under the read-write head. It depends on the rotational speed of a disk or spindle motor, measured in revolutions per minute (RPM). What is serpentine recording? Tape recording format of parallel tracks in which the data snakes back and forth from the end of one track to the beginning of the next track. List three broad classifications of external devices. Human readable, suitable for communicating with computer user, machine readable, equipment communication. Remote devices. Give the arithmetic functions or numbers in 2's complement representation. As carry is 1, then number is positive. Here carry is 1 and it is out of 8 bits, hence is not considered in byte, and hence the answer is 1 byte long positive number. So it is clear that for signed and unsigned numbers addition can be performed easily in 2's complement. What are the categories of instruction types? Integer instructions. These include arithmetic, compare, logical, and rotate, shift instructions. They operate on byte, half-word, word, and double-word operands. Floating point instructions. These include floating point arithmetic, multiply, add, compare, and move instructions, as well as instructions that affect the floating point status and control register, FPSCR. Floating point instructions operate on single precision and double precision floating point operands. Load and store instructions. These include integer and floating point load and store instructions, with byte reverse, multiple, and string options for the integer loads and stores. Memory synchronization instructions. These instructions control the order in which memory operations are completed with respect to asynchronous events, and the order in which memory operations are seen by other processes or memory access mechanisms. The instruction types include load and store with reservation, synchronization, and enforce in order execution of I/O. They are especially useful for multiprocessing. Flow control instructions. These include branch, condition register, logical, trap, and other instructions that affect the instruction flow. Processor control instructions. These instructions are used for synchronizing memory accesses and managing caches, translation leukocyte buffers, TLBs, segment registers, and other privileged processor states. They include move to, from special purpose register instructions. Memory and cache control instructions. These instructions control caches, TLBs, and segment registers. External control instructions. These instructions allow a user-level program to communicate with a special purpose device. What is PSW? The program status word PSW is a collection of data 8 bytes or 64 bits long, maintained by the operating system. It keeps track of the current state of the system. We can usually ignore the PSW unless an event has occurred. What is CISC? A complex instruction set computer, CISC, SS, is a computer in which single instructions can execute several low-level operations, such as a load from memory, an arithmetic operation, and a memory store, or are capable of multi-step operations or addressing modes within single instructions. Name the techniques for implementing control unit. It is implemented by using programming approach. A sequence of micro operations is carried out by executing a program consisting of micro instructions. In this organization, any modifications or changes can be done by updating the microprogram in the control memory by the programmer. What is microprogram? Microprogramming, process of writing microcode for a microprocessor. Microcode is low-level code that defines how a microprocessor should function when it executes machine language instructions. Typically, one machine language instruction translates into several microcode instructions.